Formula One's Daniel Ricciardo has been dropped by the RB team. But there is more to this story. That is why Craig Slater is here. Tell us.
Yes, Daniel Ricciardo out of the RB team, which people will know as Red Bull's junior team. He formerly drove for the Red Bull senior team, won the bulk of his Grand Prix with them. So he will miss the last 6 Grand Prix of this season. In actual fact, and we'll touch on this, almost certainly that is the end of his Formula One career. What we've also learned in the last few minutes is that Liam Lawson, the 22-year-old New Zealander, will replace him. So he will get the last 6 races alongside Yuki Tsunoda. There he is, talking to Dr. Helmut Marko, who has largely run the Red Bull driver program. So it's a big moment, an opportunity for him. No mention, though, that he will continue in that car for next year. So only confirmed for these final 6 races officially. What I can tell you, Mike, was that Daniel Ricciardo learnt the news that he would not be continuing in that car on Sunday night in Singapore. It was confirmed officially to him in a face-to-face meeting with Christian Horner, and it was a very emotional evening. I spoke to Daniel Ricciardo that evening myself, and he talked about how the fairy tale he had hoped for had not come to a happy ending, as he put it, and there were a fair few tears in that V-Carb hospitality area at the end of what is, as I understand it, the last race of his career.
Really? Is there no way back for Ricciardo?
Yeah, well, it is worth clearing this up, I think. My understanding is, although Red Bull are not saying anything officially, that there is no way back for him. People will have seen online some speculation that maybe he might come in for Sergio Perez at the Red Bull senior team to maybe even just finish the season in Abu Dhabi, to have a final goodbye. I understand that not to be a realistic prospect. He is finishing as a driver now. That's my understanding. Might he take on some kind of ambassadorial role with the team? There is the potential to do that. But he has spoken about not wishing to be a reserve driver now. He's 35 years of age. He's won 8 Grand Prix, more than 30 podiums, more than 250 career races he's taken part in. So that is not going to happen, is my understanding, nor is there the potential for him to join another team. So as far as I understand it, that is it for Daniel Ricciardo. He's actually posted this on Instagram in the last few seconds. He said, "I've loved this sport my whole life. It's wild and wonderful and been a journey. To the teams and individuals that have played their part, thank you. To the fans who love the sport sometimes more than me, haha, thank you. It'll always have its highs and lows, but it's been fun. And truth be told, I wouldn't change it until the next adventure." So maybe NASCAR, he's talked about doing that stock car racing in America. Maybe he'll go for endurance racing. He's a very wealthy man. He's earned well, Mike, in Formula One. He's just bought a near €10 million pad in Monaco, as I understand it.
That's next door to your place, isn't it?
Yeah, well, everyone needs a boat hole, don't they? he has got a big farm in Western Australia. That's where he's from Perth. He's got a property in California as well. So he's done well, and he's been a great asset to Formula One. I think the slight downside to all of this is he didn't get a chance to have what we all knew would be his final Grand Prix, have a guard of honour from his fellow drivers, that kind of thing. We didn't even get to interview him afterwards, knowing it was the end. So it all felt a little bit awkward. Against that, you have to say Red Bull, having given him his opportunity in the first place, at least gave him the opportunity to finish his career on a slightly higher note than the rather downbeat couple of years he had at McLaren.
I can see the headline writers, Shuey gets the boot. You can see it, can't you? Let's talk about the new boy, Lawson. You said he's only got the remaining races of this season for the junior team, the RB. Any chance he could step up and race for Red Bull?
Yes, I think there is a chance. And the only scenario that really makes sense in terms of why they've dropped Ricciardo now and promoted Lawson alongside Yuki Tsunoda is in order to assess his potential, I think, to replace Sergio Perez next season. That's the only logical assumption that can be made. Now, I've had no assurances from Red Bull that is why they're doing it, but they had the chance to size him up alongside alongside Tsunoda last year when he famously bumped Max Verstappen out of qualifying at the Singapore Grand Prix. He scored points in one of his 5 appearances. In 4 of them, he ran close to the points, so he's done well. But yes, I think there is the potential for him to show he is worth putting in the senior Red Bull seat alongside Max Verstappen next year. Let's see how Sergio Perez gets on. Perez has talked recently rather dolefully about knowing himself he's towards the end of his career. He has some kind of contract for next year, but it's possibly within Red Bull's gift to put someone else in that car, and they will assess Lawson's fitness for that over these last 6 events.
OK, Craig Slater, thank you very much.